Hey YouTube, it's Morgan with MSG Entertainment. I'm here with my thoughts on the latest hit from Marvel Entertainment Studios, Thor Ragnarok. Now I know what y'all are thinking, isn't this the second video you've made for the Thor Ragnarok movie? And yes, it is, but looking back on it, I only see myself as giving sort of a pessimistic outlook on the movie, putting his thoughts on a movie and not really allowing for constructive feedback or dialogue to be formed. So I'm redoing this video. Also, look at it right now. It has much better lighting. There's more space to it, and it's not just a close-up of my nose. Also, please be warned that this video does contain spoilers for those who have not yet seen the movie and still want to be surprised. Starting off, let's look into some of the main characters of the movie. First off, Chris Hemsworth returns as Thor, and he is so much better in this movie than he was in the Dark World. The character isn't trying to be all that serious all the time. He gets even more playful dialogue with Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, which we all enjoyed in the Avengers movies, and he finally seems to have found his place as being a leader rather than being a lone wolf that occasionally is part of a team, i.e. when he's a part of the Avengers or when he teams up with other Asgardians. I really hope that this is the Thor that returns for Infinity War and not the rough, uncertain Thor from the first movie, and especially not the dry character we got in the Dark World. Also, one of the biggest parts of this movie is that a huge part of Thor's character development is in his hair. It seems that when he had his flowing golden locks, that I wasn't a big fan of, by the way, he was more careless as an individual. But with this somewhat minor change, he becomes a bit more focused in his goals, all while still having the fun mannerisms that the MCU gives its characters. Next, Tom Hiddleston returns as Loki, and as usual, he is just fantastic. His character is still constantly changing his sides for who he's using to further his own agenda, and Hiddleston just knocks it out of the park. From the beginning of the movie, where he's impersonating Odin and acting as a ruler of Asgard, to the rest of the movie, where he's switching from trying to get in the good graces of Jeff Goldblum's character, the Grand Master, to helping Thor get back to Asgard, to the end of the movie, when Thanos' ship appears during the first minute credit scenes, you still truly don't know what side he's going to end up fighting for in Infinity War. A new character introduced to the MCU is Hela, the goddess of death, portrayed by Cate Blanchett, and she is amazing. Her character starts off strong by first destroying Thor's hammer Mjolnir in one of the first scenes she's in, and then proves that she's even more of a badass by single-handedly killing the entirety of Asgard's army, including a few of the characters that fought with Thor in the first movie, except Lady Sif, who may have been saved because of her occasional appearances in the show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Mark Ruffalo reprises his role that he's made his own since the last memorable Hulk actor, that was Lou Ferrigno. The biggest and best thing that this movie has done for the Hulk as a character is that it's made him closer to his comic book counterpart. In Age of Ultron, we got an idea that the Hulk wanted complete control over Banner by needing Natasha Romanoff and to bring Banner back out. And in this movie, it's proven that that is what happened since we last saw Hulk. Now, instead of saying, I'm always angry, and acting like there is some control of this unstoppable force, it's this constant Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde-like battle inside of Bruce Banner and the Hulk is trying his hardest and even succeeds sometimes to burst back out. Idris Elba returns as Heimdall, and after Thor's absence and Hela's rise to power, is acting as the head of Asgard's resistance to Hela and guardian of its citizens. Elba gives another fantastic performance, although no real character development is given to him. But hey, you can't go wrong with a little bit of Idris Elba. Some secondary characters that were introduced were Valkyrie, Scourge, and the Grand Master. Valkyrie, played by Tessa Thompson, was one of the female-only warrior class members that fought Hela before Odin banished her. And now she's an alcoholic collector of the contestants for the Grandmaster's Gladiator tournaments. And although she's an amazing character and kicks so much ass, she seems to be only here so that female actors that can have a role that has more meaning to Thor than Natalie Portman's character of Jane Foster. To be honest, I'm glad we have Valkyrie now, because Jane Foster's role was less than worthless in the series, and Valkyrie can kick some ass. Scourge was played by Karl Urban. It was an Asgardian who quickly allied himself with Hela so that he wouldn't be immediately killed. Also, he's really not needed. I just think that Karl Urban needed a quick paycheck so he can get started on a Dread Netflix series based on either the coming up or the aftermath of the 2012 movie that he was just perfect in. Finally, the Grand Master, played by Jeff Goldblum, is really the comedic effect antagonist. At times he stole a show from the true antagonist Hela, and there were even times where I was thinking, I really don't want to know if Asgard's past. Just give me some more of that Jeff Goldblum. In the end, he's an alright villain who put in motion getting Thor and Hulk back to course on Earth so that Infinity War can actually happen. And now for a theory that's been changed after seeing this movie. For a while, there's a theory going around that the last Infinity Stone was in the center of Thor's hammer. But now we know that when the hammer was just a conduit until Thor could control his true power, the Soul Stone is no longer in the hammer. I believe that the Soul Stone is either possessed by Heimdall or is in Heimdall, meaning that the Thanos theory of Infinity Stones, the theory being the location of all stones, spelled out Thanos' name, the T for Tesseract, as seen from Act 1 MCU. H is now Heimdall, not Thor's hammer. A is the ether from the Dark World. N is for the necklace that is the Eye of Agamotto from Doctor Strange. O is the orb containing the Power Stone from Guardians of the Galaxy 1. And S is for Loki's scepter that has a Mind Stone that gives Vision life. The Thanos theory is now still intact. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you could give it a like, I would truly appreciate it. If you want more content like this, go hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified every time I post a new video. Next week, I'll be reviewing the new Justice League movie, which comes out this Friday. I'm Morgan with MSG Entertainment. I hope you guys have a good one.